Hello, it's Monday, September 2nd, and that means two things. If you don't think for yourself, someone will think for you, and they'll say it's free. But it's also time for the lighting industry news brief brought to you by Keystone Technology and the X-Fit high power LED floodlight, which comes with the classic. Yeah, it's a classic now. The optic swap. This is a branded tool-free way to switch out optic lenses that make sense for the space you're in. Speaking of making sense for the space you're in, you can select power, you can select color, and it's ready for a smart port sensor. This keeps your custom orders not all that custom. It's very simple to install, one fixture doing the job for a lot of things. That is keystonetech.com. The link to the product is in the description. Let's get into the news. Signify will be raising prices on the Genlight brand. That rate increase will happen on the 1st of October. Nietzsche is ditching Mercury, specifically in their decorative tubes and germicidal lamps. Those will be revamped or revised or replaced, but what I mean to say is that they will not be offering fluorescence in the near future. AMS Osram has set up a new development center in China for CMOS sensors and ASIC products. Mauser Electronics is expanding into a new distro center. The 400,000 square foot space is actually one of the largest PoE systems on Earth. We have new IES standards to check out. TM32, the lighting practice for parameters for building information modeling, and the recommended practice, RP36, for lighting maintenance, are now live if you're an IES member. LSI is going to be issuing a dividend at the end of the month. That is a nickel per share. We have another dividend at the end of the month for Hubble. That's a $1.22 per share. The EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, has rejected a plastics labeling proposal, which is to say that as much as the oil industry might disagree, some stuff just ain't that recyclable, actually. We have a brand new Blingle location coming. This one is in Austin. The IALD wants you to fill out a survey. This is the compensation and workforce study, which aims to build a profile on job titles, organizations, compensation, and what that means for professional lighting designers that speak English worldwide. Lately shows off a brand new wooden fixture. Pennsylvania poplars may be popular for architectural fixtures in the near future. On the legal side of things, Elite versus Repco 2 has been settled with a new closed agreement in Wall, the independent school district there. Their sports field case has cleared a Title IX complaint. So the school baseball field does have lighting. The softball field does not have lighting. And this is not gender discrimination, according to a Texas judge. This is a follow-up from a previous case. I've been keeping an eye on this. That's what I gotta say. Prismian has won over Sterlite. This is a trade secret case landing against an unnamed executive at Sterlite. In rep agency updates, DLG will rep Nicor in Virginia, Illuminate has bought Vertex, and Mercer Zimmerman has bought Custom Prefab. On the event side of things, the DLC Controls Summit is open for registration. That'll run on October 15th and 16th. The full agenda is ready for you to read, if that was something you were waiting for before you booked your tickets. Grow Generation will be attending the Lake Street Capital Markets 8th Annual Best Ideas Growth Conference. This is a set of investor meetings. It's in Manhattan. It's on September 12th. And you can now check the full agenda of the IES's Street and Area Lighting Conference. This is 4 days of material, mostly educational, mostly looking pretty cool. You can mostly look at it. Actually, you can look at the entirety of it, but check it out. Anyway, links in the show notes, if you please. In the IoT side of things, the DALI Alliance Lighting Awards is open for submissions with new categories this year. Cisco and Honeywell have partnered on smart buildings. ABB has bought Fondish. This is a big merger in energy management. Chris O'Shea was on the Lighting Controls podcast. Q2 at Clear Blue shows that clearly revenues are at $6.2 million. We have a new Bluetooth Core specification coming up with version 6 almost ready to go. The Washington smart company, Electric Mirror, has been hacked. This has triggered an alert, and the state AG is ready to support both companies and consumers. Bacteria can recycle batteries. The University of Edinburgh can pull rare metals from junk equipment with little tiny bugs, and that's interesting. The Pacific Northwest National Labs has compared UV models, which is to say that the CDC and ASHRAE have different goals when it comes to germicidal UV devices, and that needs to be resolved, and we have a paper that maybe does that. On the dark side of things, Reflect Orbital says they can bounce daylight around the Earth at night like a Bond movie villain. Bird strikes may exceed 1 billion incidents per year. The National Park Service is testing fisheye lenses on their cameras for Allen measurement. Gunnison Gorge in Colorado is now a DSI-recognized park. That's Dark Sky International. The habits of college students are getting in the way of their best sleep habits, and the SURC are here to assist BATS. That's the Scottish Rural University College. They'll be assisting BATS with lighting policies. John Moody was on Restoring Darkness to explain that bad lighting is bad for you. We have new lighting regs going in effect in Sanibel, Florida. Fort Myers, Florida is feuding with the Margaritaville Resort over window and TV placement. While we're here, did you? If you've ever been to a Margaritaville, the cheeseburger in Paradise comes with Colby, even though the song "Cheeseburger in Paradise" only mentions Munster. That's a crime too. To me, a guy that likes cheeseburgers, the real crime is still the threat to turtles, and the TV should face a different direction. That's not what we're here to talk about. In Cody, Wyoming, the Latter-day Saints Temple will finally go forward after several lawsuits preventing that. Yuma, Arizona is adding shielding requirements to lighting. Kane, Illinois is setting new light pollution laws. In Great Neck, New York, we have a new LED street lighting policy that's going to go ahead over protests. In Delaware, Luz is meeting on their Dark Sky Initiative. Things seem to be going well there. 3 California counties are pushing on homeowners to reduce lighting inside and out. And what matters about outdoor lighting rules, actually? In horticultural lighting, Hydro Farm is expanding their partnership with Ushio. Solum Tech is joining the Cannabis Research Coalition. UV lighting can beat disease for beets. And the United Arab Emirates are building a brand new indoor strawberry farm. In recommended reading, all these recommendations that you can read are on nailed.org. Let's get into it. Which fluorescent bulbs will be banned, where, and when? A guide to sustainable procurement. We have a new lighting design at a memory care center in Mount Vernon, New York. Going ahead, we have smart hotels and smart energy. We have reopening a church after hurricane damage. We have a battle of the bulbs with IKEA versus you. We have indoor location systems. Is it worth it and where? A brief history of CRI. We have some cool facade lighting. We have how to deal with broken halide bulbs. GE brand, the brand itself, is losing reputation. We have controls and savings in Australia. And we have Samsung adding more features to connected appliances. Locally, we have the federal government funding 19 rural energy projects. We have infrastructure upgrades coming to Luke Air Force Base. The Los Angeles Police Department have arrested a number of middlemen in copper-related crimes. LA County pools are adding new lighting at night. The Illinois EPA is funding new lighting at the Aurora water treatment plants. Memphis, Tennessee is setting aside funding for businesses to recover from crime, which is to say, once victimized, they will receive grants to add lighting and security cameras. Canton City, Ohio schools have been granted energy grants, for which they are most gracious. We have new ESCO funds for Indiana area schools. Jefferson County, Kentucky schools have completed a number of retrofits to their lighting ahead of the school year. Brazil, Indiana has switched to LED on the streets. Pedestrian deaths are on the uptick in Bernalillo County, New Mexico. Syracuse, New York will begin lighting public pools at night. LaGrange County, Kansas will be lighting baseball fields at schools. The Florida Museum of Natural History has closed a section for a new lighting project. We have new lighting being donated to the Freestone County Museum of Texas. We have new lighting inside the Vanderbilt U Medical Center. Hearst Castle in LA is adding new exterior lighting to create an outdoor museum that you can wander. Index felonies are down in Dallas. That is a direct result of funds that would have gone to police overtime funds that were spent on design interventions, including lighting and sensors. Windsor, Ontario is boosting playground lighting, and London, Ontario is boosting pedestrian and cycle infrastructure, including lighting. Monroe, Louisiana is spending new grant money on lighting outside in the public. Internationally, Chelmsford, UK residents want the lights back on after 1 a.m. Guernsey in the UK will be switching to LED on the streets. Sichuan, China has begun power conservation measures, including reducing lighting in the wee hours of the morning. In Italy, Bressanone has begun a brand new smart city project. The Church of England's energy plans are a bit drastic, especially for the oldest cathedrals. They might just be handing out blankets instead of paying for heaters at this point. And the University of Winchester's libraries will be spending £6 million on renovations and retrofits, including their lighting. In People News, Fleming Thompson has been named the interim CEO of LED iBond. Yavor Kolarov has been tapped as Pres and CRO at ICO. Sam Sinai has left Revo Lighting for the AI business. And Bill Smith is set to retire. In things you can do, or make, or think are cool, we have a new and user-friendly version of maglev to build a really cool lamp. We have the value of human detection for smart homes that you can make yourself, pseudo sensors, and how you can demonstrate the photoelectric effect with neon lamps. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time, your attention, and liking, rating, subscribing, sharing, or visiting any of our sponsors. I've been Scott Wachter. Enjoy your week. Enjoy your music. See ya.
Thank you very much.